Whoa, this right here was a shocker. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Dante Moore is officially going to return to Oregon and do one more season with the Ducks. The first thing for me that comes to mind is what happens to Dylan Raiola, numero uno? Because this was a major get out of the portal for Raiola. Now, he has not signed, he is committed. Does he obviously let go of his commitment and find another home? Very interesting things is going to happen with this return of Dante Moore. Because that means Dylan Raiola is going to be going to the bench. He's not starting over, obviously, Dante Moore. So that is crazy to even think about, number one. Number two, I'm a little shocked with the decision. As I said earlier, I do think he needs some more development. There's obviously things that he can work on. 30 touchdowns, only 10 interceptions, 72% completion percentage, over 3,500 yards passing, right? But we see there's areas of his game that he can clean up, he can get better at. The good thing with the Ducks is, like I said, you're going to always be on that platform and you're going to be able to play on the big stage as he did this past year. Coming over from UCLA, you know what I'm saying, he had a pretty productive season. And as I said at one point, he was in the conversation for the Heisman Trophy. But for him, next year's class is going to be kind of sick. Now, can he elevate himself to where he could be at the top of the next year's class? Sure, but you're going to have a lot of top quarterbacks that's going to be coming out of next year's draft. You think of the Arch Mannings, you think of Sam Leavitt or Levitt, obviously Dante Moore. You got to think of Brendan Sorsby. It's going to be a lot of really good quarterbacks that's coming into the 2027 draft. So for him, going to the development, I'm never going to knock a player for going back for development for one. But he's going to have to really stand out this next year with so many elite quarterbacks in there. And my bad, y'all, I didn't even mention Lenora Sellers is another guy. DJ Lago, if he figures it out, obviously at Baylor, that's another guy too. So the 2027 NFL draft is loaded with quarterback. This one was probably his best bet to go somewhere and be one of the top picks. He legit would have probably went number 2 overall to, obviously, the New York Jets. Fernando Mendoza is going to go probably number 1 to the Raiders. So very interesting to see him obviously make the decision. Obviously some things that he wants to work on and develop, which is I'm not, necessarily, oh man, that's terrible, he shouldn't do that. I think it's a good decision, what I'm saying? At the same time, go get developed, but his draft stock could plummet some compared to where it's going to be in this NFL draft. And as Mel Kiper said, he would go number 2 probably overall to the Jets. So very interesting move for Dante Moore. It's going to be interesting to see what the Jets do now that he's no longer in there. Trinidad Chandler's, his stock, to me, just obviously rose, with what he decides to do. If he's going to get that eligibility, they're currently suing. If not, he's going to be a top pick and he can go to the Jets as well. But for Dante Moore, I just want to see him take that next step in terms of his game, playing better on the big stage, not turning over the football in those key moments of games, and continue just to find those levels and pockets of the field that he can continue to dominate, right? That's going to be the big thing for him, right? And leading Oregon, they've never won a national championship. Can he finally lead Oregon to one, right? Dan Lannon is obviously a great coach, but can you take that next step forward this upcoming season after making it to the semifinals? We're going to find out, and we're going to learn a lot about the Oregon Ducks this upcoming year. But interesting move. But comment down below. I want to hear your thoughts. Good move or bad move for Dante Moore to return?